Welcome to Evolition. My name is Joe Lamoureux, and in this video self-improvement experiment, we are going to be packing for college like a minimalist. If this is the first video you've seen on this channel, which it likely is since this is my first full video, check out my channel homepage where you can get more of an in-depth look at what the evolutionary theory behind this channel's approach is. Anyways, let's get into this video. So as I said at the beginning of this video, and as you've seen from the title, today I'm going to be packing like a minimalist, and I'm going to be doing that by attempting the Project 333 challenge created by author Courtney Carver. In this challenge, essentially what you have to do is pack/wear only 33 items for 3 months. And for me, I'm going to be doing it for about 3 to 4 months, hopefully contingent upon the success of this year's college semester with the pandemic going on. So essentially, I'm going to have to pack 33 items, and not including exercise clothing, in-home loungewear, and essentials like socks and underwear. There are really two main reasons that I'm going to be doing this challenge. The first of these is just pure practicality. With the pandemic going on and not being sure whether I'll have to move out soon after moving in, it just makes sense to pack a lot less. The second reason I'm going to be doing this challenge is because minimalism is a way of life that I really admire. Minimalism is all about removing the excess from your life and really living intentionally and as you want to live it, not falling into the consumerism trap. I think around the world, and especially in the US, there is way too much focus on consumerism and growth, where we always need to be raising GDP and we can't really just be happy with what we have. And I think we really got to refocus on feeling successful and happy rather than just looking it. In tandem with that, I know in the US at least, there is a huge emphasis on freedom, and freedom because of the amount of choices that you have. And I think this is really reflected in how much I need to travel, and it's a trap I've really fallen for, in that I always feel like I need to have the most amount of choices possible, just in case I might need it for some extremely specific scenario that tends to never happen. So I think there's this almost paralysis that comes from having too many choices, where you see all your options and you just can't choose between them, or you spend too much time choosing them between them. So I think for me, this is going to really help me get over my fear of missing items, FOMI. It's like FOMO, but with items in a way, where you constantly feel like you need to bring stuff because you might need it. And the reality is you usually don't. So I think simplifying my wardrobe is going to reduce the amount of time it takes for me to pack, reduce the amount of stress that it is to pack, and really just help me refocus on the things that matter. I'm actually pretty excited to begin this challenge and start packing and see if I can actually do it. I think it's going to actually be more of a challenge than I initially thought. At first I was like, 33 items, that's actually a lot. But when you get down to it, it adds up quick. 33 items is actually not that many. So I'm definitely going to need some rules to help me make decisions. And one of those is going to be the 90-90 rule. This is the rule where if you haven't worn something in the past 90 days and you don't think you're going to wear it again in the next 90, then it's probably something you don't need. Another one of these is the 20-20 rule, which is kind of ironic since we're in 2020. Hopefully it's not a bad luck rule. But essentially, that anything that you can buy for less than $20 in less than 20 minutes isn't something you really need to worry about bringing, especially if it's for a just-in-case scenario. And this brings me to the next rule, which is the just-in-case versus the just-for-when rule, which is if you're packing something for something that's a just-in-case, which is you're uncertain if you're actually going to need it and you might want it, then don't bring it, because usually you're not going to need it, especially if it falls into the 20-20 rule and it's something you can just buy for 20 bucks in less than 20 minutes. However, if there's something that's a just for when item, as in you know is something you're going to need at some point, say maybe you have some kind of internship fair and you know you're going to need a suit, then obviously bring the suit. It's a just for when. It's a rare occurrence, but you're going to need it all the same. So bring the items that are just for when, forget the items that are for just in case. And those are really going to be the 3 main rules that I'll be following. Essentially, I think it is going to be possible to pack down to what I need, which is going to be a challenge. So let's get started. I am now on the ground, ready to get started, choosing my 33 clothing items, and boy, let me tell you, it's gonna be tough. We got a lot of clothes. Let's do a little butt spin, I'll show you. Oh yeah. So, let's do it. So I have just completed the first round through all my clothes, selecting the ones I most want to take with me. And this is way more tough than I expected, to be honest. I am at like probably 50 different clothing items right now, and it's tough to narrow it down. Flip my camera here and you can see. I am got way too many shoes, and I'm struggling with the t-shirts. The inner circle here is the items that I'm planning to take, and the outer circle are the ones I'm leaving behind of that same type of item. And sweatshirts are honestly probably one of the areas I'm struggling the most right now. I really love my sweatshirts, and I have a lot of them. As you can see, I'm still leaving a ton behind. And I also have a ton of workout clothes right now, which technically don't count for the challenge, but I'm more worried about space in my car because I have to pick up my roommate's stuff and my fridge and my microwave from a storage locker on the way to college to move in. So I'm trying to keep things to as limited space as possible. And I think I'm gonna have to amend some of the rules a little bit and create a necessity category, such as my shower shoes and my suit over there and like my winter jacket and boots. I think I'm not gonna count any of those things towards the challenge, simply because that's too hard. We did it. We have 34 items of clothing because I couldn't get rid of anything else. And we're gonna be there 3 to 4 months and not just 3 months, so I figured I deserved 34 items of clothing. Let's go. For the total tally. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34 items of clothing. Now that we have achieved the selection process, I'm going to get rid of all of the excess clothing that I will not be bringing with me. So this is everything that I'm going to be bringing with me, and still kind of a significant amount actually, once you add in the workout and loungewear section, but very necessary stuff. That is usually half my outfits, and it's about half of it here, so all right. So it is now mid-afternoon / late afternoon, and I have finished packing finally. Honestly, I did a pretty poor job documenting the whole process. It was kind of a pain to pack and switch cameras and kind of document the whole thing. So I'm gonna end it here before I pack my actual bags, just to simplify things. And I think one of the big tricks that ended up coming in handy for me was choosing items that were diverse and trying to avoid getting like the same colors in items. So like I had a bunch of green sweaters, so I just chose like one green sweater. And I did that for like my jeans too. I chose like one of a couple different colors. And that was really the main trick. The 90-90 rule kind of didn't help me because we've been in quarantine for over 90 days. So like most of my actual clothes I haven't used. So that was kind of irrelevant. But we completed the packing challenge, and now we just wear them. That should be pretty easy, pretty straightforward. Just pick out an outfit every day like normal, and it'll be even easier than normal now that I have less items. So I'm gonna pack my bags now, and I look forward to reporting back to you guys in 3 to 4 months, and we'll see how it goes.